Hello and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival. My name is Spanj. Welcome back to Broken Eden, Project Eden, Broken Eden server. This is the Gladiator on the repair pad, receiving some much needed TLC from the last episode. It's going to take about 2 hours to repair, and repair base alpha there has about 2 hours of fuel in it. So this will be interesting to see if this actually works. I suppose I could very easily just bolt some extra fuel tanks on the outside of it there and get a bit some more fuel. But I think it will work fine. So hopefully when we come back, the Gladiator will be all shiny new again. But in the meantime, while that's receiving some much needed repairs, we have a certain legacy planet down there that needs our undivided attention. So I don't know, some of you sharp-eyed viewers out there may have noticed something else in my factory when I was spawning in the Gladiator in the last episode. So we're going to spawn that something else in just a minute, and it's something that I've used before on a Let's Play, so it shouldn't be too much of a surprise to anyone. I still also need to repair the blackjack here, which took an absolute arse walloping. So yeah, there's that as well. Before I spawn in my next tool for the job, however, I need to ensure that I have enough ammunition for it. And as you know, on a planet, CVs can only use 15mm and 30mm rounds. So I'm going to get my constructors here working on some of that, and so figure out actually how much space I've got. This is very much full now of 1,340 artillery rounds to replace the 1,000 that burnt through on the Gladiator in the last episode. So that's good. Those are ready to go. We've got some space in there, so let's set these guys to output port and get them building. I'm going to get this guy building like a lot of 15mm, and I'm going to get this guy building a lot of 30mm. And once those two are done, those two little jobs, lovely. And the other thing you could do as well, you notice how it's building steel plates and it's making nitrocellulose. To speed things up, what I can do is set this guy to make nitrocellulose. This guy's making like a ridiculous amount of concrete at the moment, so let's just get him set on nitrocellulose and get this guy working on some steel plate. And that means small constructors are building the little components, which is going to save. But I think it actually does save power. I'm not sure. I haven't done the math on it exactly. But yeah, I think it does. Anyway, there seems to be a shortage of something in here. Have I actually got fiber? I do. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, nitrocellulose coming out of our ears and steel plates soon to be coming out of our ears. So this shouldn't take too long. Get a bunch of 15mm, get a bunch of 30mm, and we should be able to then spawn in our next tool for the job, taking down the legacy homeworld. Now, there has been obviously several updates and stuff since I last used this machine, so if this is, I don't know if it's going to work. Honestly, don't know if it's going to work. It worked reasonably well. In fact, let me take that back. It worked extremely well the last time, but then last time they didn't have this keystone structure in the middle of all the legacy city that we saw in the last episode. So yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to perform this time. I think you guys probably know what I'm talking about by now, but I shall reveal in a moment. Now, it's very much the case that we're going to use this ship in order to defang as much as we can, and then we're going to bring the Naginata down onto planet in order to do the looting afterwards. So, without further ado, let's bring it in. I think most of you would have guessed already that it is the old ground pounder. We brought her in. Last time we did the Legacy Homeworld, I think it was literally the last season we did this, because I built this specifically for things like the Legacy Infectors down on the ground, because if you try and hit them with an SV, which is my usual weapon of choice taken on POIs, or even a hover tank would have struggled, I think, because of the lesser armor, lesser shield generators, so on and so forth. So I built a specialist CV just for the task of ripping apart ground-based POIs, planet-based POIs. So this, for those of you unfamiliar with it, is the ground pounder. This is a it's a tank, basically. For all intents and purposes, it's a textured tank. But this is its pièce de résistance. It is 20 downward-facing projectile turrets, 10 on either wing. And in the center here, this huge lump in the center, that is not just for style or flair. That is a solid hunk of combat steel in there, and buried within there are small generators designed to attract the attention of incoming fire. Now, there is limits to this thing. Obviously, it does have a shield generator, so it will, last a fair old while under the fire of a Legacy Infector POI. But last time we took on a Legacy Infector POI, it did actually manage to eat through the 8 layers of combat steel that this is, and it was only one single block before hitting the warp drive. So we have to be very careful with this thing in that sense that, I think just leaving it static over a base is possibly not a good idea. I think this time what I might do with it is sort of rotate it, somewhat maneuver it, while also keeping these guns in a sort of optimal position above the POI so that they can concentrate on defanging it, taking the turrets out. That's what it's designed to do. These things will take out the turrets. Now, I've positioned them, slight revision from the original ground pounder, because I positioned them both in the same orientation, so that you park the center of the ship over the POI. All of these guns then have the elevation in order to shoot the POI that is underneath it. Previously, what I had was these GAT turrets. No, apologies. These projectile turrets, these cannon turrets, were mounted on the inner hull rather than the outer there. And what would happen, they didn't have the gun depression to bring the fire to the POI directly underneath the middle of it. So yeah, it was slightly flawed, the first version. This version, however, I've corrected that. So hopefully it will be able to defang, in particular the Legacy Infector. I've never taken it up against the Keystone as we know it now. Hopefully it will be able to work on that as well, and all these helixes and stuff as well. I don't know, we are going to find that out. First of all, of course, we do need to power it, etc. So first of all, we're going to faction it, and then it's a case of chucking everything into it. The ground pounder is there. Fuel. The Naginata is our little factory at the moment, absolutely bossing it. As a multi-purpose CV goes, it's awesome. It is a slight pain in the ass getting in and out of it, of course, but its capacity to build, haul things, fight things, yeah, it's pretty damn decent. Well, I like it anyway. We are low on oxygen, actually. We do need to go and get some ice. I shouldn't need too much oxygen because the planet, remarkably, from what I remember, is breathable. So, yeah. We do have a couple of containers in there as well for things like spare fuel. We don't need that much spare fuel. Just wanted to chuck a bit in there. Not that much pentaxid. Wow. So that should be fine. Bit of spares if we need them. But ultimately, that ammo controller is what we're really interested in. Everything is in our output port. Where is it? There it is. Here we go. It does have some flak turrets on the top as well for space defense more than anything else. Almost solely, completely space defense. So there we go. That's plenty of cannon. I'm a little bit worried about the 15mm actually. I'm not sure if that's enough 15mm for 10, 15 GAT turrets, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. But that is a lot of cannon ammo. So there we go. Yeah, the flak turrets will only work in space, so that's kind of like, drone defense. Above the planet if it gets hit by drones. But that's pretty much it. That's all the prep we need to do with the ground pounder. Let me give you a quick tour on the inside. This is available on the workshop, by the way. There's a link to my workshop down below in the video description. You're more than welcome to go down there, check it out. Check out the ground pounder here. and all the other stuff. Very, very simple interior, because this ship is bred for just the single purpose of taking out ground POIs. It is not supposed to be your main CV. It is the only one that I've built actually with a teleporter in it though. But this teleporter as well is on, so let's turn that off because that consumes a ridiculous bucket load of power. But yeah, pretty much everything is in here. There's no production or anything. There's medical, O2, armor locker, fridge. There's a repair station tucked up away in there as well, just in case you need it. But there's no constructors or anything like that. We've got engineering section through here, shield generator, fuel tanks. I can actually walk, I've got gravity. There's our ammo box there. And there's everything else. Yeah, so under our feet here is 8 layers of solid combat steel. That's it. That's the ship. Yeah, there's a little gangway down here where you can radiate yourself and cook yourself and all the special bits. That is it. The ground pounder. Very, very simple. Very, very specific design. Designed for one purpose. I may have just upset the old motion sensor there. There we go. It is motion sensed. Okay, good. Okay, I think we're pretty much good to go. The Gladiator is going to continue repairing there, like I say, probably for another hour or so. We're going to take the ground pounder down on planet now. What I'm going to do first, though, is turn everything off on the old Naginata here and make sure she is in sort of a power-efficient standby mode. Weapons on, but everything else off kind of thing. So here we are. Crawling along at 31 meters per second. This ship's top speed, thanks to its forward thrusters only being 8 medium thrusters and this thing weighing a lot. I've put some large thrusters underneath to keep it afloat quite easily, and also to be able to escape vertically should the shields fail and you need to get the hell out of Dodge really quickly. We're going to come down either on the north or the south side, I don't know, of the Legacy City here. Let's see what we got. The shields are still recharging, or initially charging, so I don't want to jump straight into anything just yet. But there we can see. Now, I have regenerated this planet from when we explored it last. And that is probably why none of my previous map exploration has revealed, ultimately, it's brand new. It's a brand new legacy planet. It has not been destroyed yet. Obviously, being on the multiplayer server, people had managed to get here way before I did and take everything out. So I had to wipe the planet, reset it, just so that we can have a go at it. So it's not the end of the world, but it does mean that everything is back. Everything is here, including whatever that is down there, which looks like kind of like an abandoned drone base. Let's level out. That is an abandoned drone base. Called it. Okay. Good. I don't want to go in the abandoned drone base. I assume then this planet used to be Xeraxian. And that is why the Xeraxian scumbags are on the edge of legacy space, I guess, because they're just constantly trying to push them back. But the inevitable advance of the legacy menace. That is an abandoned archaeological site. Booyah. Booyah! POI recognition with Spanj. Alright, here we go. The sun is up. Our shield's at 80%. Let us start our advance. There you go. There's the guns. The guns have found something, despite the fact that I've set them to only attack, it would seem they're attacking everything else. They should be only attacking turrets. What? Oh, are they attacking down there? That's a turret. I don't know. Whatever it is. It's gone now anyway. Okay, here we go. Oh my god. Every time I ping and this loads up, it kills the frame rate. Absolutely devastates the frame rate. What are you guys shooting at? I don't understand. You are not set to predators, although you're probably set to aliens, and that's what they're attacking. Is there are alien like overseers and stuff on the ground and whatnot that they're dealing with. So these things directly below us now, gravitational instabilities, actually don't have any guns on them, so that's fine. What we do have to worry about is the charged helixes. We're coming up to sort of 2 of them right next to each other over here. These are going to shoot at me, or at least they should anyway. It depends if they've actually started realizing that they're supposed to shoot at me or not. I don't know. I'm positioning the ship directly above it, but nothing is firing still. So perhaps these are unarmed ones. These are unknown helix and unknown artifact. Okay, so that's not actually a charged helix. Fine, it doesn't have any guns on it. The quantum relays again are unarmed, so we don't need to worry about those. Look, the only thing we may have to worry about is, oh my god, the lag. You can see the keystone now. There it is in all of its finery and glory, untouched by players' hands so far. Although I might do some touching in a minute. We might go and touch it. I want to find a charged helix just so we can see if this is actually going to shoot at us or not. Because we did have a problem last time we came down to this planet. This was before I wiped it, of course. Things were not shooting at me that really should have been shooting at me. And this charged helix seems to be doing the same thing. Am I not low enough? I thought 300 meters would have been more than enough. Yeah. That would appear... Okay. Oh, what's going on there, ladies and gents? I've wiped the planet. But stuff still doesn't want to shoot at me. It's like I'm honoured with the legacy somehow. Okay, well, there's one real big easy test that we can do is if the if weirdness going on there. If this thing is even working ever so slightly. Anyone gonna take a shot? Anyone gonna shoot? Any one of these charged helixes which are topped by a T2 alien laser, which these ones should now be ripping my shields to shreds, are not. This cannon turret is fixated, however, on the keystone in the center here, which I can't even see has any turrets on it whatsoever. But it must do, because my turrets are finding something to hammer, it would appear. I don't know what. I can't actually see anything down there at all. Is there even anything on this thing? This is wholly anticlimactic. If none of this stuff is going to actually shoot at me, there is zero challenge. This is really annoying. And again, I don't know whether this is a multiplayer bug. Yeah, I don't know whether it's a multiplayer bug or what it is. This is really, really odd. The turret is active. It is set to player factions. Everything is set to target everything. But it's at 0%. So... is that really? Well, it's not, because that says 4,989 hit points. I do not have a clue, I'm afraid. And I don't know whether it's because we got an old save game that we're running. Somebody's already destroyed this planet, taken everything out of it, and therefore it's just like, I don't know, turned everything off. The Legacy have given up. They've just given up. They're no longer an enemy. So what is the point of today's episode? So, in order to try and give you an idea, I want to show you the ground pounder and how it works. I know some of you are obviously familiar with that, but some of you guys that are perhaps new to the channel haven't seen this bad boy in action so much. So what I've done is I've come into single player. I've started a whole new single player game, cheated my ass off, obviously to bring everything in as it was on the multiplayer server there. And what we're going to do is go up against this infector down here. I've already tested. They do shoot back in single player, so it does appear to be only a thing going on in older save games, because I loaded up an old Project Eden save game that I had and they were not shooting in that either. So I think it's a problem with older save games and perhaps multiplayer as well. Now, for the ground pounder, select your target, park the ship directly above, make sure the turrets are configured, because they are not, as per the blueprint, they are not configured. Essentially, you want them just targeting turrets. At least to start off with, anyway, because you want to, especially when you're dealing with legacy stuff like this stuff here, You want them to be defanged as quickly as possible, because as we're about to see, our shields do not last very long at all. So they've started shooting. I've started shooting back. You can maintain this kind of distance. About 400 meters above, we can get closer. Now, as you can see, their shields are at 80%. Mine are at 30%. Now this is where I think when my shields inevitably drop, I want to start moving the ship around a little bit in order to sort of spread the damage somewhat to different parts of the armor, because as you can see, they're already starting to melt through the belly armor here. So I want to be A, getting their shields down as quickly as possible, and B, sort of trying to mitigate the damage, incoming damage on this belly armor, which is doing a great job. But I've already lost one of my decoy generators. Have already exploded. That was what that explosion was. So I'm just sort of shuffling the ship a little bit, as it were, just to kind of throw off the incoming fire so it doesn't melt through single point so quickly, although inevitably they will, and just try and shoot through one bit. There goes the shields are going down now. Now my turrets can actually start inflicting some damage on them. I've got to keep shuffling the ship about, which is kind of annoying, because I would like to just sit back and just watch these turrets really go to work on this infector down here. But the amount of firepower that comes out of this thing is devastating. As you can see, it's just melting through that. All my turrets are shooting over there. I don't know what they're going on about. I might need to get a bit closer here. I need them to... I think they are starting to work over the turrets nicely on this infector now. In fact, that's it. It's done. It is done. That was quick. I kind of missed it. But they had 20 projectile turrets will very quickly evaporate those T2 laser turrets once they can actually get hold of them. There's one at the front of the legacy infector there that my turrets are now targeting. I don't know if you can just see that. It's kind of difficult to see in the mist, but the infector is shooting back still. But yeah, I mean, all my turrets are still alive. There's a lot of damage to the center there, which is kind of by design. I think 2 maybe of the 4 generators, perhaps 3 of the 4 generators have been destroyed. I am not sure, without god moding in there and having a closer look. I am not sure exactly. But yeah, there we go. That is how the ground pounder works. Now, ideally what you do at this point is you take the ground pounder back up into space, or wherever your repair bay is, repair that damage to the bottom there, which won't take very long, because it's just a few, maybe a couple of dozen of combat steel blocks that need to be repaired. The rest of the ship, I don't think, has been touched. And then you can bring it back down here and take on another infector, and another one, and another one, and so on and so forth. The other is, as you can see, the infector's shields are now coming back up. You can obviously just quickly switch your turrets to target generators, and they will quickly start working over those shields again and knock the shields back down again. That becomes an issue, obviously, if you then land, say, you know, your main ship to go and take on that infector. I've done the infector before. I don't really intend to do it again, but what I haven't done before is the legacy city. So I'll wait until the shields are recharged. I'm not going to repair the damage. I'm going to see if we can go ahead and tackle the city with the damage that we've got. Because I know that the charged helixes are now shooting back, so this might be interesting. And they're, I don't think they're shielded. If they're shielded, we're going to have a hell of a time. I don't think they are, though. We should be able to just fly over them. Let the ground pounders turrets do what they do best. And then concentrate on the centerpiece, the keystone, the thing in the middle there, the big giant sphere of doom. Oh, that thing is shooting at me. Now that's new. That's never shooted at me before. But then, you know, there were so many things that weren't shooting that should have been. Right, turrets, can you deal with this gravitational instability, please, chaps? And you just got a single turret to take out. It's unshielded. This shouldn't take you very long. Only one side of my turret seems to be shooting at the moment. Let's see if we can bring a central combined firepower. Styly armed and operational battle station. It's not really a battle station, but you know what I mean. Anyway, that turret is gone. That's the plan. I might just give it a little while the shields recharge, and then we're going to head in. Shields are at 100%. We are heading in towards a valley of death and destruction. I'm not sure how long my shields are going to last here. Probably not very long. But we need to try and eradicate as many of these turrets as possible, as quickly as possible, before they do too much damage. Let's see what this ground pounder is made of now. Let's see if I can get quite low. There's one turret gone already, but this thing is so slow. It's like a really slow little tank. It's like driving around in the Matilda from World of Tanks. Okay, there goes another one. We need to get this one on the left here. The problem as well I'm going to have is the more the armor focus on the belly there is not going to work for the towers that are shooting from the right, from the left. The closest thing to them that they're going to target is going to be the engines, the turrets, other such things, not the armor piece that I designed it to target. So really, I think I'm probably going to take a lot of damage doing this, but I want to see if we can actually do it. Can we defang this entire legacy area? Our shields have been down for a while now. I'm not hearing any explosions, but I'm no doubt taking lots of armor damage. My turrets are very quickly eradicating theirs when they get into position, of course. This is 2 more towers on this side, 3 more. There's one shooting over the back there. I'm not too bothered about that one just yet. Let's take this one down. Just keep an eye out on the bottom there for that explosion. Come on, there it is, moving forward. Each time we destroy one, we then move to the next one. We end up in the firing arc of another tower. It's a never-ending, relentless assault from the legacy towers defenses here. But our shields again have been down for a while. Just going to switch to... Oh, yep. That's a lot of shots on my armored glass there. I'm not sure how much longer that's going to last. There's a group of 3 here. Let's see if we can tank these 3. Okay, turrets. It's over to you. It's all down to you now. You guys have got to do it. There's one down. Spin you round. Just hear the dink, dink, dink. The dink, dink, dink on the armor. The flak turrets are trying to get involved. They'd love to get involved if Elion would let them get involved, you know? Is that another one down? That's the another one down. Those 3 are dead. We need to spin the ship around. This thing is just like this majestic, cruising tank, blasting menace of destruction. Slowly cruising across the landscape under serious fire from the ground, shrugging it off. I just saw an explosion on the right. I think we perhaps just lost a turret. I think we have just lost a turret. We are continuing to annihilate the Legacy's defenses here. One more. Take that out. That tower up on the top right there I really want to get rid of because he has been an absolute pain in my butt. Here we go. I think we are taking... Yeah, we've got a hull breach. We have got a hull breach. The armor integrity has failed. We're still flying though. We're still operating. We're still shooting. We can do this. We are going to lose a little bit more armor. We are probably going to lose a little bit more turrets. A few more bits and bobs in between. But I think we will be victorious. It is inevitable. I don't know if that's blown up or what. I think it has now blown up. Yep. This tower here then. Bring the ship about. Reverse her in, like 3-point turn. Reverse park that. Reverse parking the ground pounder there. And finally, this tower that has been shooting us the entire time, I think. It is your turn, my friend, to suffer now. Coming for you. You think you were so clever. Sitting there this whole time, just rattling away. But now, you get 20 cannon Gatling turrets. Just for you. Just for you. To annihilate your Your ass. Right. I think there was one more tower over there that was just shooting, but yeah, it is that one there. I don't know if we go out there, are we just gonna find even more to kill, I wonder. Let's do it anyway. Let's just go. Can we swing her about, drifting it like Tokyo Drift into position above this tower? Let death rain down upon this scourge. Yes, that's what we like to see. I don't even care if it's destroyed it yet. Just fire everything. Right, good. I think it's dead. I think it's dead. I think we have exterminated many legacy scumbags. Certainly their defenses are pitiful compared to the thoroughbred round-pounding tool that is the ground pounder. Now this is... What is this? This is the Corruptor. This isn't even the same. Ooh, that was a lot of explosions. A lot of explosions just happened there. I'm just going to park the ground pounder above this thing and just let it rain all sorts of horrible death down upon whatever the Corruptor is. I don't really even care what it is. I don't even care to go into it, I think, because what is that thing? It's not even something I think I can walk around in or explore. What is... This is not a sort of normal POI, is it? I think I would need a little tiny SV to get inside there and explore it. If that's even what you can do. I don't even know. Maybe if we go underneath it, can we jump into it? This is the problem I would have encountered. Well, first of all, it wouldn't have been the Corruptor. I wouldn't have come across it. This looks like some kind of access platform thing here. Look, there. Just see that? Looks like some kind of landing pad. Vaguely landing paddy. Right. We got 47 minutes of fuel in hover mode. It should be enough time for us to go and have a look around, regret our decision, and then come quickly back. So that's what we're going to do. I do have a problem, is that the ground pounder was never designed for for any kind of extravehicular missions outside of it. I don't know if I think I might need to lower it a little bit, actually. Don't think I'm going to be able to get back into the ship if I get into it there. Right, can I get in, please? Thank you. Okay, here we go. Cannon turret has found something of interest to shoot at. He is quite happy there, just rattling away. What is this thing? Oh, hi. Level 10. Oh. A horror decided to pop in temporarily and then hop off out of here. Good for it. I'm not even sure how to navigate this thing. Are these like little jumping stone things? Do I just need to jump onto these? Is that my is that a hole? Can I go through? And many other questions. Can I parkour up this thing? Not as high as I'd like. Oof, that was close. Yeah, that parkour didn't really work. I think I might need to get onto this central little thing here. I'm not sure if these like little, I don't know what to call them. Are they like? Can I jump that high? No, I didn't think so. Can't even jump that high. I don't want to do that. I don't know if that's a hole or if that's just a block that has been blown up. Let's jump onto this thing and have a look. I think that is just a block that has been... Die! Woo! Woo! Danger close! Something exploded. Ooh, look at that. What is going on there? Oh, okay. Whoa. Is that what I think it was? More explosions. Oh, look at this though. Yes. Yes. Fantastic. Okay, more explosions. I'm slightly worried this thing is just going to disappear any second now. Hi. How many of you there are you? You guys suck. More loot, please. Thank you. Oh, this is very nice. That's very nice. What is this place? That is just a deep, dark hole of deep darkness. Oh, horror. Priority target, the horrors. Oh, I'm so glad. What is... I mean, that's great. Is that a bit of LCD work? Because this thing is just exploding on me. I'm really worried it's going to just fall out the sky. Please don't fall out the sky. I mean, fine. Chuck horrors and scorpions at me. I don't mind that. I could deal with that. Just about. I mean, you know, don't overdo it or anything. It's very much high risk of overdoing it. Hi. What is this dark hellhole? Hello? Please stand there a minute while I reload. Thanks. Cool. Oh boy! Too much! Too much shenanigans. Too much stuff. Might help if I can actually hit them as well, though. That's the other thing. Is okay, do they just infinitely spawn then? This is just a dark room of horrors, isn't it? I see you. I'm gonna promptly ignore you. More explosions! Why am I here? This is the question. Why? Oh my god. This thing is just filled with explosive stuff. Is this a hole? Is this go? Oh my god, it is. Hello. Oh yeah, look at this. Is such a weird place. Are they loot containers? They absolutely are. They absolutely are. Can I get to them? Yeah. How am I taking that? Oh yeah, I started a single player game. I forgot to turn weights and volumes on. That's what's going on there. These, I think it's LCDs over everything that's making it just appear really dark, and then suddenly you can see. Yeah, so that's what I just looted, isn't it? Oh, that's a big hole to nowhere. You don't want to go down there. Wow, this place is weird, creepy, and highly volatile. Hang on, I gotta reload. Can you guys wait a second? No, I said wait. So impatient. There is plenty of ammo for you all. You do not need to rush. I will kill you all in all good time. Ladies and gentlemen, the epic shotgun. Give a round of applause for the epic shotgun. It is a fantastic weapon for clearing out legacy filth from fine establishments such as this weird and wonderful building. Filled with wonderful loot. This guy's tough, isn't he? Jesus, how many shots did he take? Tough bastard. I'm gonna need a little cheeky heal. Could you just, like, stop gnawing on my ankles for a second? Level 9. Yay me! I'm the most Rambo-ass level 1 to ever enter Legacy space. It's a shame this didn't work on the server. It was a completely different POI on the server. In fact, it was the keystone, not the corruptor. Can you see your house from here? This is opening up. This is going to make shooting things slightly more difficult because they're not going to be confined to, yeah, coming at me from one direction, coming at me from many directions. Fortunately, I haven't been infected by Empyrion cooties yet, so that's good. Hello! I am here to address your legaciness. Where the hell do I go now? Oh, hello, cheeky. I do have other guns. The plasma rifle is also an excellent weapon for clearing out legacy filth from a distance. Yeah, I have no idea where to go. What is the purpose of this particular POI? Does it have a purpose? Am I supposed to get to somewhere? I feel like, you know, I started where I should have finished, i.e. all the loot. Let's jump up here. There seems to be a horror up here. I wonder what he's guarding. I've made it to the top. Therefore, I am victorious. Now what? Hey, ground pounder. 100% shields. That's what I like to see. There were many explosions up here, I feel. There are a lot of damaged blocks everywhere. This thing obviously doesn't conform to structural integrity norms. So, yeah, I don't know. Ooh, big butt bug alien. Oh, hello. Oh, they're coming down thick and fast now. Wait! Thank you. Where are you coming from then? Are you coming from up here? He's coming from up there. Hi. Yeah, I don't know where to go. I don't think there is a where to go. This thing is so random and chaotic that I don't think it really kind of matters. I don't think there's like a command center thing at the top that you have to get to, flip a switch, and you win the game. You know, it's just, this is the legacy in a nutshell. They are just sort of chaos. Absolutely nothing makes sense. Nothing needs to make sense for them. In fact, you know, the chaos makes sense for them in a way, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. We can go back inside. Maybe what happened is that we did start where we were supposed to finish, because that was where all the loot was, wasn't it? There are 4 epic loot containers there. Alright. And as we sort of progress up this thing, well, it just starts raining legacy stuff, of course. Legacy Soldier. They're just called Alien Assassins, but they've renamed them to Legacy Soldier. That's pretty good. Alright. The Corruptor. Pretty corrupt. Pretty weird. Completely and utterly confusing. Random. Big blobby thing in the middle there, though. What is that about? Blobby thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a purpose to this, other than the loot that we've already obviously got. I'm gonna head back down, see if we missed anything. I don't think we did. But the way the LCD stuff worked was clever enough to confuse me. A couple more loot containers here, it would seem. Lovely. Oh, it's nice to play without weights and volumes for once. Ooh! That took a bit of concentration. I'll give it that. Poor damn horrors. I hate the horrors. They are the worst. Alright. So we got some extra loot. That's nice. What do you think is down big ol' number 1? Should we drone it? Let's drone it. Let's have a little look. Where does this go? Ooh. Oh, just out. Just out the bottom. Good luck, sir. There is an epic loot container at the bottom, though. But if I go down there, I don't think I will be able to get back up to my ship. The ground pounder over there, I don't know, maybe. Oh yeah, maybe I will be able to. So I can run and jump along that and then up there. Shall we do it? Shall we go down the hole of destiny? Don't break your leg. Jetpack! Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Okay, running. Thank God for the gravity in this planet. That's it. No! Don't destroy everything. I want the loot. Grab that. Don't fall down there. Got the loot. More stuff seems to be exploding. I think there's another loot container. I think there's another loot container up there. I can't get to it. I can't see it because of this thing. What is that? Oh! Well, that killed me. That exploded. How is this thing still exploding? Like, honestly, I don't understand the signal logic that would cause that. Just multiple constant explosions. Okay, well, let's see if we can actually get back to. Oh my lord! Stop it! Jesus, it's so loud. Can we actually get from here to there? I think we can. The backpack is strong with this one. Okay, well this is what exploded. Fortunately my backpack landed on... Oh my lord! Stop doing that. Honestly. That exploded very near me. Look at the holes there. So loud. So obnoxious. Right. I'm back. I honestly don't think there's anything else we could do here. And I'm not sure if I really want to, because there was, unfortunately, another loot container exactly where I thought there was one. But that exploded. Definitely exploded, so I want to get out of here now. This place is just... Yep, I'm gone. I don't want to fall to the bottom. If I fall to the bottom, I am totally and utterly screwed. As it is, I'm going to have a bit of a hell of a time getting back up there. Come on, up, one more. There we go. It's like... I feel like Mario right now. Platforming constantly. Next platform. Boing, boing. Blip, 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 blip. Yeah, this place is hell. Absolute hell. The enemies aren't so tough, especially if you've got one of these. This helps. The corruptor has caught itself. It's no longer the LGC corruptor. It is just the corruptor. Love that. Okay. Well, that's fun, isn't it? There you go. The heart of the legacy has been torn out and thrown on the floor and stamped on multiple times. We do have a hull breach, though. We have multiple hull breaches. Yeah, the ground pounder has taken a bit of damage in the process, but it's ultimately come off reasonably well. It has lost a single turret and no engines. All engines seem to be intact. But I can't quite count the ones on the side there because there's something in the way. Yeah, all engines are fine. That's pretty remarkable. Just lost one turret in all that fire. I like that. Bit of armor off the bottom and a bit of glass. There you go. Brilliant. I think every one of these charged helixes comes with a loot container as well. Oh, you still alive, are you? I could be wrong, but I think somewhere on that thing is a loot container somewhere. I can't remember. Yeah, there is one. Yeah, you see it? Sort of underneath the green diamond bit. I don't think it's an epic though, so it's entirely up to you whether you think that's worthwhile or not. But I do recommend for you guys, if you are thinking of taking down the legacy in your game, I do highly recommend an epic shotgun and the old ground pounder here. Final charged helix of the day. Goes down in smoke. The corruptor is dead, the charge helixes are all defanged. There are a few more gravitational instabilities around that will shoot, and some infectors, I believe, in round that will shoot as well. But we're not too worried about those things, to be honest. I think we've demonstrated quite adequately that we have the capacity to annihilate the legacy, should we please. I'm just incapable of doing it within a single episode, although I've given it a damn good go. and with that, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. It might be a little while before I can bring you the next episode. We are rapidly approaching the end of this series, but there is one last major event on the server that I want to bring you as the final episode. So that's going to be in a week or so. So you're going to have a little bit of a wait before the next episode, from the Broken Eden server, at least anyway. And that is going to be all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.